Blinkers are worse than you think. They've got to go. They're not even a challenge. They're not even cool. It's literally the worst way to consume your oil. And if you continue to do blinkers, there's a good chance you could end up in the hospital. A few days ago on my Twitch stream, somebody asked if I knew about Reuben smokes and him hurting himself with doing blinkers. The name was kind of familiar, but I didn't check into it until later because I was reminded because somebody left a comment about it on my YouTube channel. But a YouTuber by the name of Reuben Smokes posted this video. Blinkers caused my lung to collapse. And the name was kind of familiar to me because in the past, I've actually had some back and forth with Reuben Smokes on TikTok. A few comments here and there, people tagging me in his videos. You see, I've made a lot of content telling people to stop doing blinkers and talking about the dangers and really why you should avoid them. But Reuben Smokes has a lot of content just talking about him doing blinkers, telling people to do blinkers. I mean, just a quick glance at his YouTube channel, blinker video, blinker video, blinker video, blinker video, blinker video. Blinker video, and then blinker video where his lung collapsed. Now, I actually clicked through this video a little bit. Maybe I need to go back and watch the whole thing. But I could have gone back on my message, try to find some of the exchanges, use this to kind of like dunk on it. But it's not about that, guys. It's not about that. There's a more important message here. Stop doing blinkers. If you're watching me, if you're watching Reuben, if you're hitting vape pens, stop doing blinkers. Sure, there's some people out there that are like, oh, I'm hitting a blinker now while I'm watching this. But for everybody that doesn't have a room temperature IQ, stop doing blinkers. There are some nicer cartridges out there, nicer batteries that might not allow you to do blinkers or do as much damage with it. But think about that. That's less than 5% of people vaping. Most vape pens out there, most people hitting a pen every day are hitting one that would not pass a lab test. Most pens are fake. There's just a huge amount of fake pens out there. It's so easy to fake. You can buy the packaging anywhere. Every town has a head shop that sells the packaging. Every plug can buy the packaging off the internet. Go into a head shop and get it and just put whatever in the cartridges, whatever in the packaging and sell it. It's so easy to do. But think about new stoners here. At what age do people start experimenting? Most people, it's around high school age. Now think about that. Every high school right now is filled with glow carts. They're filled with Mario carts. They got NFT carts. They got cake carts. They got Fortnite carts. Every single high school across the United States has tons of fake carts. Every single one. How do I know this? Because high schoolers comment on my TikTok. There's tons of cake carts in my school. There's tons of glow carts in my school. There's tons of this cart in my school. Do you think it's real? No, every single one is fake and you can hurt yourself by vaping it. And really, there might be some that aren't, you know? But don't take that chance. You're not the lucky one that got the 0.1% of carts that might have made it into the high school that weren't fake. You're not the guy. That's not you.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And these high school kids and people out of high school, frankly, are only hitting blinkers. It's the only type of hit that they do, and it's wrong. Stop doing it. Like I say things, I'm going to do a dab. I'm going to do a bong rip. I'm going to hit the vape. They only do blinkers. They only have one device, and they don't hit it for 2 or 3 seconds. They don't do a puff. They only do blinkers. There's a whole culture. All these kids that are hitting vape are blinker kids. They only do blinkers. They push it off like it's cool. They peer pressure other people into doing blinkers. You do blinkers before class. See if you don't tweak. It gets weird. But most of the pens in these schools wouldn't even pass a lab test, okay? That wouldn't even be considered safe to smoke by a long shot, okay? Even the vape pens in most dispensaries aren't even that good. They don't use their best flower for it. When you get into the industry side of things, you know that most pens are filled with distillate, and distillate is like the bottom tier of cannabis oil. But I needed to bring this up. I didn't want to poke fun at the other YouTuber, Reuben Smokes. If you're watching this video, reach out to me if you need any advice or any tips or anything. I don't want this to seem like I'm making fun of you or dunking on you or anything. If you need tips or advice or any info, reach out to me. I'll help you out. I'd consider myself pretty knowledgeable. I did see, I think in his recovery, he did a little 2.5-hour recovery stream. He was smoking in the stream. Guys, if you just collapsed your lungs, maybe take like a couple of weeks off of smoking and try tinctures or something at least. I don't even know if Reuben's in a legal state or not. I couldn't find. I think I saw a cake cart in one of his thumbnails. I assume that he might not be in a legal state. I think in the video that I clicked through, he mentioned getting like $20 carts off the plug or something like that. And that's where most people are. They're getting stuff from the plug that looks like it's a real cart. People even have lab tests on stuff. Just because you can scan a QR code and go to a web page that has lab results on it doesn't mean that it's real. It's so easy to just screenshot a legit QR code that goes to lab results and then print that on your fake packaging. It's like so unbelievably easy to fake these carts, and people are like, nah, dude, my plug's legit, dude. He definitely goes to Cali 3 days a week, and I'm in Alabama. It's so unbelievably easy to fake these carts that unless you went into the dispensary and got it yourself, it's probably fake. Like, it's probably fake. If you watch a lot of my content, I try to put things in my perspective. My opinion is heavily influenced on the way that I do things, but I think that I know how to smoke or get high a lot better than other people. I put a lot of time and effort into finding out what works the best for me and what works. So if you want to get high, come smoke with me on Twitch. I've actually been using an vape a lot more because I'm thinking about my lungs 10, 20 years down the road. I can't be doing massive bong rips every day. One common misconception too about like heavy metals and vaping, or people think that the only way that you're going to be vaping heavy metals if you're using like a lower quality pen is from the blinkers heating up the coil, but also the flower that they extracted down into the distillate could have had heavy metals in it. I heard from a friend who works in a lab in Colorado say that they decline so much shake, so many pre-rolls, so much of the lower quality bud that they try to push out. They decline it because it's too high in heavy metals. There's a lot of flower out there that's just testing for ridiculous amounts of heavy metals, and sometimes they distill it down into vape pens. But also the way that you hit it is a factor. And if you're not hitting it properly and you're constantly doing blinkers where you're breaking down the metal, like think about a blinker. Now think about a blinker back to back to back to back. You don't give that coil time to cool off. It's just going to get hotter than it was before. This is from somebody that used to do like 5 blinkers back to back on 5 pens simultaneous before they were even filled with distillate. They were using like THC infused vegetable glycerin back in the day. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I've gone through the blinker ringer, so you don't have to. It's the worst way to consume your oil. It's the least efficient way to use your pen. Most people that told me they stopped doing blinkers are like, wow, my pen lasts like 20 times as long. What the hell was I doing? Hit your pen for 2 or 3 seconds at a time. Give that coil time to cool off. While you're waiting for that coil to cool off, subscribe to my Twitch channel for free. All you have to do is link your Amazon Prime. Go to twitch.tv/sub/Cewpins. Give me that Jeff Bezos money. And if you didn't get that pen from a legal dispensary, like, don't even hit it. Just let it hit the bottom of the trash can. Stop vaping it. Come smoke with me on Twitch and check out my video of the highest I've ever been.